So I was watching ESPN one day, right? And I also seen a clip, and the dude was like, hockey players are the most athletic athletes. You got to do what you do on skates. And I'm like, okay. And the other dude's argument was the most athletic athletes or basketball players. And I disagree. I don't think necessarily basketball players and football players, because I'm gonna group them as one. I don't think they're necessarily the most athletic. I think they're the most adaptable. I think you could throw them in any sport and they learn it very quickly and very fast. I think the timing that a basketball or football player could learn any other sport is faster than any other athlete can when it comes to switching sports. Are we very athletic? Yes, but I don't think I don't think a lot of basketball and football players can get to the same ceiling they could get to in their own sport than they can in other sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally think gymnasts are the most athletic. I don't think you're throwing any top tier football player, top tier basketball player, hockey player in a gymnast lifestyle and them thrive to the same level as a gymnast, or like thrive to the same level as they would in their own sport, if that makes sense, right? Like, even then though, I feel like that goes for a lot of sports. Somebody under one of my videos said the answer to that would be swimming, and yeah, I agree and I disagree to an extent. I feel like that ceiling's way higher because somebody who knows how to swim, not saying they can swim like Michael Phelps, but if you I don't know. I don't think swimming's a good one. Like, I understand if they can't swim, but if they've actually practiced swimming before and like know how to swim, I think, you know, boxing takes a lot of athleticism. No, boxing does take a lot of athleticism, and it takes a lot of mind work too. I feel like you can't box if you can't use your mind. Like, yes, you can't box if you can't move your feet, but I feel like boxing is a mental game. Like, you have to be able to mentally go back and forth with somebody. But I don't think that's very. I don't think that's close to the being like a sport you need to be the most athletic for. I don't think that's one of those sports. I think you could throw a lot of athletes who've never boxed before and them do decent. Not saying they're going to be a pro, but I feel like they could get closer to the level they are in their own sport than, like, what I'm trying to say is, right, if you throw a football player in a boxing, right, a really good football player in a boxing, he won't necessarily get to the same level in boxing and it be comparable as to where he's at in football, but I feel like he will be closer to where he would be at in football and boxing, because one, more adaptable, but also boxing's not an OD, I need a lot of athleticism thing to do. You're not really, I ain't gonna say you're not doing much in boxing. You're doing a lot, but you're not doing, I don't think, something where you like skate, not skating, but like hockey. I feel like hockey's more something you need more athleticism to do, especially pulling off certain stuff. I mean, swimming, yes and no, because your body weight is considered lighter when you're in water. If you know how to swim, then you can do it. Yeah, that's, see what I'm saying? Like, if you know how to do certain stuff, then it's like it's already given to you. It's already given to you. I feel like hockey's a really hard one. That's not a bad pick. I wouldn't blame somebody, but I wouldn't. I don't think you could throw somebody from hockey into the football field and them thrive. Sharing gymnastics, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's gymnastics. I think gymnastics. A lot of other athletes outside would have a hard time making it to the same level in their own sport and have it be equivalent of their ability in gymnastics in their own sport. I feel like they would that would be very hard. I feel like they would be their own sport here. and their gymnastic level here or something, instead of it being like here. You feel me? I feel like it would be way harder to get really good in gymnastics than it would be any other sport. I just like when people say cheer is not hard. Well, I think you got to take a look at what they're looking at or what they're considering cheer. I think they're talking more of, or like they're just on the side cheering. Like they're not necessarily, like I've been in football games where I turned around and there's cheerleaders on their phone. Mind you, it's a good game, it's a competitive game. It's not like we're getting blown out or some other teams getting blown out, but I've seen lazy parts of cheer. Not saying all cheer is not hard, but there is portions or teams where it's like they're not doing a lot. You feel me? Like I've seen cheer where it's like they're throw them up in the air, one of these, drop them, yay, and that's it. You feel me? Like there wasn't nothing extra after that. Like there was no flips, there was no running and doing certain routines, there wasn't none of that. You feel me? Like I've seen certain points of that, and I think that's when people be like, oh well, cheer's not hard, where it's like, okay, they're not like there's a lot of bad versions of cheer. There's good versions, there's a lot of good versions, but there's a lot of bad versions and a lot of lazy versions. Now there's no, like, if you take cheer and you throw it into cheer's own competitions and then you have to view it from that, that's when I believe, okay, that person can now see cheer's hard, instead of looking at your high school cheer and just certain people who've never cheered before or don't do this for real and be like, oh well, cheer's not hard because I'm looking at this through the lens of you're on my sideline and I'm watching you on your phone or you're not doing nothing, versus an actual cheer competition where you have to go in there actually competing to win something versus just cheering for a team they don't really care about. Let's be real, majority of cheerleaders don't care about that football team nor basketball team. Y'all are just there just because you want to do cheer and you like to do cheer, and some of y'all friends are on the cheer team. Let's be real, come on now. But versus a competition where you actually want to be there and win. You know what I'm saying? My coaches would tell us no phone the whole time. Yeah, I just like girls that. That's what I'm saying. Like I could see why people say cheer ain't hard, but I know when somebody say cheer ain't hard, I know the lens that they're viewing cheer in. They're viewing it from a lens of, I think of cheer, when I see cheer in my head, I see high school cheer. I see this version of cheer. It's like, oh, versus competition cheer. A lot of the girls were on the team for their friends or because their boyfriend was on the football team or whatever. Yeah, that's facts. A lot of girls don't do cheer because they actually want to do cheer. A lot of girls only do cheer because a friend told them to. There might be a boy they like. Really, that's it. Or just friends. Friends, boy they might like, something like that. Ain't got nothing to do. A lot of them don't really care to cheer. A lot of girls just care for the cheer gear you get. Let's be real. The cheer gear you get. The getting removed from your class early. Let's be real. Like, there's perks to being an athlete that a lot of people pick up on, and they're like, okay, I want to do this because I get this perk. They don't really care for the sport. There's like ups and downs. Yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs. Yeah, I did cheer because I love it. I've been doing it for so long. Yeah, and a lot of people need to do that, but a lot of people don't. It's not a lot. Like, I ain't gonna say it's not a lot of people who don't do it just because they love it, but cheer gets a bad rep because there's not the people who do love it and the people who don't. They're intertwined. They're one thing. So it's like it's hard to tell who does and who don't. It's hard to tell who's actually taking this seriously and who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Because now it looks like y'all are all on the same team. Y'all are all one. So it's like, oh. But that quickly separates once there's competitions. Once there's competitions, it's easily seen who loves cheer and who doesn't. Because the competitive cheer teams, it's like, okay, cool. You could tell who's putting in work, who's doing this, who's doing that. routines, all of that. You feel me? It's just hard to notice that when high school cheer is what a lot of people's visualize when they think of cheer. I do it for like the fun, the memories, the passion I have for it. Hard to like, oh yeah, fat for sure. Same with me. Same with any other sport I've played. Like that volleyball frame I just showed you. Hopefully, I never lose that because like those are my memories. Like those are memories you will never want to give up. Those are memories you can never get back. Like it's about the connections, the friendships, the time, the good times, the bad times, like all of that. Love all of that.